Boxing Voice.
Yeah, BoxingVoice.com here with Joel Díaz, trainer of the Magdaleno brothers. What can you tell us about how training camp's gone and how they look, how Jesse looks for his fight?
Training camp has been great, with Jesse. He had a couple setbacks, due to his inactivity, I call it. Because when he's active, he's always on it. When he's with me, I always push him. I always push him to the extremes. He's already on weight. One of the things before, he was always having weight issues. But nowadays, working with me, and now we're getting closer and we communicate better, we have no problems. He's already on weight, and the weigh-ins are tomorrow. He started off a little too early for this camp, 2 months, because he was a little overweight. He gained too much weight. He got his tonsils removed, so he took some time off. But other than that, everything's great. This kid's ready to go, man. He's ready to be exposed. He's ready to show the world the talent that he has. We're just waiting on his promoter, his manager, to expose him. Because honestly, I don't think there's anybody at 122 that can beat him. He is a very powerful, explosive kid that has the confidence and the ability to become a world champion before the end of the year if he's put in the right spot.
Those of us who follow the sport closely, a lot of us are pretty high on Jesse Magdaleno. We see highly of him, and in comparison to his brother and all that, a lot of people tended to lean towards Jesse because we felt he had the power that his brother maybe did not necessarily have. How do you feel about his chances at reaching a world title? How close is he to that?
It's all up to the promoters. I mean, he could be a world champion before the end of the year. Like I was telling you, he just needs to be put on the spot already. He's ready to go. He'll step up to the next level. He'll rise to the occasion if they give him a name opponent, somebody that is out there already, that has been there. Like he says, Coach, I want to fight everybody. I want to fight Santa Cruz. I want to fight Abner Mares. I want to fight this guy, Reagan Diao, everybody. Those fights are there for him. Now, it's the manager and the promoter's job to put him on those fights. But he's ready. He has 18 fights. He has a lot of experience, and it's really hard to just find sparring for him because, if I spar him with guys his weight class, they can't hang with him. He don't get to work. I have to spar him with 130 pounders in order for him to get good work. That's why I know the difference between him and his brother. His brother's very skillful, maybe not pack the power in his punches, but we're working on it. I think his brother, Diego, is he's scheduled to fight for the world title in October against Brian Vasquez. And that's another thing. That's another project that I have, and I want to make sure that him and his brothers are world champions. Either before the end of the year or early next year. That's a commitment that I made, and I want to make both of them brothers world champions.
Awesome. And just to switch topics here real quick. How's Tim Bradley looking right now? What are the plans with him? We haven't really heard anything about him since he fought Manny Pacquiao for the second time. Well,
Tim Bradley, unfortunately, he's not as lucky as he is. He's not as fortunate as other fighters are. Tim can go out there and fight his heart out and give the people what they want to see. And then after the fight, the following day, nobody remembers Tim Bradley. He's not as fortunate as Canelo is, Miguel Cotto and other fighters like that. But he's there. He's on the sideline, waiting. I know he's scheduled to fight early December of this year. He's going to get back in the gym next week. I spoke to him a couple of days ago. There was talks about him and Cotto, and, for quite a bit, they were talking about him and Cotto fighting at 154, which, at that point, we'll fight Cotto. We know that Cotto was 140 pounds at one point, moved up to 47. Now he's fighting at 54, and moving up to 160. He didn't even make 60. He was at 155. That means Miguel Cotto's not a big fighter. He's a strong fighter. He has a devastating left hook. But styles like
The Boxing Voice.